That's right. We will be tracking this one as it moves in. Let's talk a little bit about what is happening in the here and now, though. This evening, we're looking at high pressure for the most part, and then we're watching the system up towards the north. It's a clipper that will bring this warmer air first. Along the warm front, we're going to see some snow. In fact, you can get up to about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow through Corner Brook and southwestern Newfoundland, up through Sept-Îles and Labrador. Less down towards the south. That's because we're going to see that warm push of air, so not enough cold air in place to support snow. And there's a lack of precip, really, at that point. But there's no lack of precip. It's the next storm that we're watching Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. It's going to move through Windsor, Ontario first, up through the GTA. But you can see the bulk of the storm stays stateside, and it's not going to be a major snow story for them either. But by the time it gets into Newfoundland, look at that. See the green? That's indicating the heaviest precipitation. And at this point, it's all going to be falling as snow. So we'll give you an idea of what those totals will be as we get a little bit closer to the date. Anyway, let's take a look at this. Beautiful sun. Yes, kids are having fun. We can finally see some grass, but do note in some of those low-lying areas, rivers, streams, we're going to get into some significant melting. So mild and dry south. We're going to see unsettled conditions right through the foothills. Could see some convective snow. Drier conditions into the west coast this week. Nothing like your pattern you saw last week. All of the storms are going to move up towards the northwest. And we're going to see that continue right into at least the next 5 or 6 days. That's going to be the pattern before that ridge finally starts to break down. So 10 to 15 centimeters through the eastern interior at this point. Lethbridge, just about maybe 3 or 4 centimeters for you. And then the avalanche potential, of course, is on the rise once again with the higher elevation snow. How long does this warm up stick around for the prairies? We'll have those details. Stay with us. Beautiful stretches of beach and, of course, Mexican food, my favorite. All right, if you're headed there for your Tuesday, it's going to be 30 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Have a great trip. Week we had a number of storms move on the west coast and bring high elevation snowfall, a ton of rain to the BC coast. Things are going to dry out though for you BC and the southern coast, but the central and north still going to get hit. 10 to 15 centimeters of snow still possible in the eastern interior. Down through the foothills you could see some convective snow, so that means there's enough energy in the atmosphere to get I guess parcels of air rising so rapidly that there's enough energy we could get into some lightning, so some convection happening. Usually see that in the spring and summer. But let's talk about this. There's the avalanche risk is still at a considerable level through the Purcells and Glacier Park and up through Jasper. High risk for avalanche activity, and we did hear about 2 fatalities through Lake Louise in the backcountry over the weekend. So we want to remind you how dangerous it can be out there. If you are back there for any reason, make sure you have a transceiver so that you can have some communication with other people. All right, let's communicate this to you. It's going to be mild. It's going to be nice into the long range. We see temperatures just around that 0 degree mark and then above for Tuesday. It's going to be another nice week. In fact, that ridge is going to take all of our storms and keep them up through the central and northern coast. Most of the central and southern coasts are going to be dry, lots of sunshine, and let's show you Vancouver. And where does it go from here? Well, like I said, most of your long-range forecast this week, oh, cute doggy, is going to be quite pleasant. Now, if you're in the eastern parts of Canada, different story altogether. We're looking at this system, which could bring 5 to 10 centimeters from Corner Brook and down through the southwestern portions of Newfoundland, up through Labrador, up through portions of Quebec. Same idea, 5 to 10 centimeters. But Newfoundland, you're not no stranger to storms this time of year. Let's talk a little bit about something called Sheila's brush. Here it is. And maybe you're going to meet Mickey Mouse himself at Disney World. If you are going there, your Tuesday is going to be gorgeous. 29, partly cloudy conditions. Have a great trip. Well, maybe not a lot of RVing in Canada this time of year, but if you are making your way into the States, it's going to be exactly the kind of pattern that you want, especially in the western portions of the United States. To be hot and dry, high pressure. We have this nice ridge, so plenty of sunshine right into your Wednesday. We're looking at stormy conditions, though, if you are traveling down the eastern seaboard, I-95, I-75, you could be into some mixed precipitation, some snow, and even some rain, so be careful driving.